Peace, lovies. It's Amira, also known as Blissful Mindful, back at it with another What I Eat video. So excited about this one. Today we're doing one on things that I make that sort of I reuse, repurpose in other meals. All plant-based, all from scratch, and just a way of trying to not use so much processed. So first off is nut milk. If y'all watch my channel, you know that I typically make hemp milk. Occasionally will make cashew milk, but mostly I make hemp milk. I like hemp milk because for one, it's alkaline. Also, it is, I don't know, it lasts longer to me than the other nut milks. And I absolutely love that because we don't always use it right away. I do use my nut milk in quite a few things. I make ice cream in my Ninja Creamy, make smoothies like daily, especially in the summer. Like that's our main go-to in the summer for the nut milk. But also what I tend to make daily is cereal. I love using it for my cereal, and believe it or not, sometimes I have milk and cookies. But it just goes a really long way in our house. Now, I don't normally use the I don't know, sometimes if I do make something, like I bake something, I use that leftover hemp seeds in that, or in a smoothie. Sometimes I use it like I am right here, but usually I do tend to discard that because I don't really have any use for it. So the pulp just kind of, unfortunately, I'm not always reusing that, but I do try. I try my best because I just like to be as zero waste as possible. It's just that sometimes it just does not happen. But yeah, for the most part, I do love my hemp milk in my smoothies. This is breakfast on so many mornings, you have no idea. Next up, my sourdough bread. You have seen me make this a million times. I make it different sometime. This time I'm just making a plain loaf. Now, with my sourdough bread, I do prefer to make a plain loaf. Like sometimes I make it with the everything but on it. But when I do that, it sort of limits the use of the bread. Like, for instance, if I just wanted some toast, and put some jelly on it, it doesn't really taste right with the everything but seasoning on there. So I try to just make a regular, unless I specifically want an everything but sort of garlicky flavor bread, I'll do that. But if I know I want to be able to use this bread for a lot of different things, I won't do that because it really does, I don't know, I just can't do a whole lot with it. But like this loaf, plain Jane, was able to use it for so many things. This time I use it for some cheese, grilled cheese, and I think I have some lunch meat in there, sandwiches to go with a salad. Oh my gosh, this dinner was so good. But then I do think the next morning I did actually use it for toast, to put some jelly on it with breakfast. So it just varies. But I do obviously use the sourdough bread for a lot of things. And also, sometimes I'll chop it all up and make croutons to go on top of my salad. So, I mean, it goes a long way on this salad. I didn't want any croutons, but yeah, sometimes I do actually make croutons for my sourdough bread. It's just, I love it because it's just so diverse. You can use it with so many different things. This salad was incredible. All right, next up, sausage. Now, I just started kind of getting the hang of making this sausage. And oh my gosh, you all, I love being able to make my own sausage. Stuff in the store is getting to be so overpriced. So I just started making my own DIY breakfast sausage slash dinner sausage. I don't know what you call it, but like I can use it to make the sausages that I put in the subs and chili dogs. I don't know how to make hot dogs yet. Right now I'm just making sausage. And I used to make it have that little sweet maple kind of taste, but I don't like that kind because it's not as diverse as when I just make it plain, like just like my bread. I just like to leave the sweetness out. So for this batch, I just made it plain. The main thing when you make your own sausage is the fennel seeds because that sort of makes it have that sausagey sort of taste. So yeah, the fennel seeds are a must. But sometimes, like I said, people do use the maple syrup. I don't really like that recipe too much. I just like this one that's got the more savory flavor. And I put so many seasonings in here. And you all, honestly, I kind of throw whatever I have in the house in here. It's not always the same. You all, I have no idea why I'm using the shaker and not just taking that off. Yeah, there we go. I'm like struggling for no reason. There I go right back to it. But yeah, I use kind of the main ingredient. Like I said, I have to have that fennel. I have to have like also some savory and paprika, nutritional yeast. Those are the things I have to have. Onion powder, garlic powder, just some. Those are my staples. But sometimes I do add in some other seasonings just to let you know. But yeah, this batch, now I am making a whole lot here. Normally don't make this much. I know you're like, why is she making so much? But I love this recipe because I can freeze the sausage, and use them whenever I want. And I love that. So that's why I'm making such a huge batch. And because also I know that I'm going to be using this sausage a lot. I have so many plans for it, like breakfast sausage. You all know I'm a breakfast food junkie. And I want to make sure I have enough sausage on hand for my breakfast. Also, I plan to make some chili dogs, so I want to make sure I have enough for that. So, I mean, as you can see, I'm going to have enough for a whole lot because this is so much. I sort of doubled my recipe here. That's why I have so much. But normally, I only have about half of what you see here and not this much. It's just that, it is what it is. And so I just wanted to make sure I had enough. And as you can see, I will. Now, usually I use a combination of parchment paper and aluminum foil. However, I did not discover that I didn't have aluminum foil until I started making these sausages. So this was interesting. It did work out though. It actually did work out without the aluminum foil. So I'm like, wow, now maybe I won't even get. I hate using aluminum foil, you all. I mean, honestly, any excuse to not have to use it is awesome. And so I think I will not use it next time. And I will just go with my parchment paper because it actually did end up working out. Just for so many reasons. I mean, I just don't like to use aluminum. I don't even like when aluminum is an ingredient in some products that I use. So to actually have to cook with it, I do try to minimize that or just avoid it if possible. So the parchment paper did work. The only thing is, if you're going to make this sausage, you have to definitely make sure that it's tight, like you see me kind of doing here. That's the kind of best way that I can make this paper tight, because it's not going to be airtight, of course, but as tight as and snug a fit as possible, so that not too much moisture gets in there when you're steaming this, because the thing is, you gotta steam this next. And that's why normally, you would do the parchment paper and then wrap that up with the foil to kind of secure and seal the deal, but don't have that today, so we're doing what we have to. And the size is a personal choice, whatever you want to do. I was making mine sort of this medium size because it was the most versatile. Again, I'm going to be repurposing these for different types of meals, whether I wanted to use it in my hot dog buns or, I wanted maybe even make them even smaller for breakfast sausages, just whatever it is that you want to use these for. You can also chop these up and put them in spaghetti, like so many options. And I love to pretty much use them all. Now, I did let them steam for roughly 20 minutes. And that's because I had such a huge batch, and it may have been 30 minutes, honestly. It took a little longer to steam because I had so many. Now, normally I wouldn't have this many, and it would be about a 15-20 minute steam. I just had to go longer though, because I have so many of these sausages that you all can see. And yeah, this whole thing is taking a little longer than expected, but isn't that awesome? Like, I would be able to freeze these and it's just gonna be amazing. Now, I also make my own chili, and here I'm using TVP from scratch. I used to use the crumbles that you buy in the store, like Gardein or Boca or something like that. But now I just make my own crumbles using the TVP. It's the same, honestly. I like it, and I just like being more empowered to just make my own whenever I want, and I have to, oh gosh, I have to run to the store, and obviously it's cheaper. It's so expensive now, the crumbles, that I just like, I'm looking for as many DIYs as I can to just make more things from scratch instead of buying all this processed. First of all, it's just better. I know what the ingredients are, and it still tastes amazing. There you have it, chili for the chili dog. So now we're going to combine that with the sausages we made. Oh my goodness, y'all. I used to love chili dogs when I was a meat eater as a child. So good. And sometimes I get a little nostalgic about it. And I'm like, I have to make this plant-based. And it was just like, especially, oh my gosh, when I was in college, sometimes I would get chili dogs. And so I just kind of relive that a little bit when I make it myself with the ketchup and mustard. My daughter likes chili cheese dogs, so we put the Idea cheese sauce on it, and that tastes just as amazing. Oh my goodness. And then we ended up having it for breakfast for another morning. I just chopped them up with some grits, and there you have it for breakfast. But again, versatile. You can use it for so many things. So there you have it, all of my multi-use dishes that I use to make just a variety of things. It works for our household. If I do think of some other things I do this with, I will definitely make another one of these videos. Comment below if you all enjoyed this. I love you all bunches and bunches. Thank you so much for watching. And comment below also on any recipes that you have that you're able to kind of recycle, reuse, and repurpose. All right. Anyway, I love you all bunches and bunches and bunches. Sunflower smooches, peace and love, and I will see you all next time.